This morning on DC News Now, preparing for Thanksgiving travel. TSA getting ready for a record-breaking number of holiday flyers. And chilly weather across the DMV with clouds and winds sticking around. The region bracing for the beginning of winter weather tomorrow. A beloved teacher hit by a car. A DC community rallying behind her, pleading for drivers to slow down.
Your couple seconds are not worth killing somebody.
Some Fairfax County football programs threatening a playoff boycott. Schools throwing a challenge flag over one school's eligibility. Plus, a dream come true for a Caps superfan.
It's just so nice to be back, and especially with the guys that I look up to.
Taking the ice with her favorite players.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Well, good morning, and thanks for starting your morning with us here on DC News Now. It is 6 o'clock on a Thursday. I'm Tanaya Wright.
Yeah, good morning to you. I'm Corey James. We'll get the latest on the roads from Shanika in just a second. Let's start things off with Jackie for the forecast.
Yeah, it doesn't really feel like a Thursday. I don't know what it feels like, though. What about you guys? No?
I wish it was Friday.
Yeah, it feels like a Friday.
You're like, this is fine.
Right, we're more than halfway over the week.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a good day.
And tomorrow's Friday.
Yes.
But it is a DMV first warn day tomorrow because
Yeah.
we will be tracking more wet weather, but also much colder air and windy conditions. So those wind chills tomorrow, it's going to feel like it's into the 30s for much of the day. And speaking of 30s, that's what we're starting off with for most of the area right now in terms of actual air temperatures. Upper 30s right now, Manassas, Fredericksburg, as well as Hagerstown. We're lower 40s though in DC, Annapolis, upper 40s over towards Lexington Park. Now we did have that active weather late yesterday evening and late last night. We were talking about that cold front that swung through, and that's now off towards our east. That did bring rain and wind, and then back out towards the Midwest right now. They have some wintry weather. We're talking about snow breaking out across parts of the Midwest right now, and back here locally, we're talking back over towards Garrett County, talking about some scattered snow showers on and off through our Thursday. But along and east of the I-81 corridor, we're talking about some spotty rain showers through the day today. Very spotty. Not everyone will be seeing those. And it's not quite as heavy as what we saw late yesterday evening either. But more details and even more wintry precipitation as we look ahead towards the day tomorrow, and just how cold it will feel tomorrow afternoon as well. But right now, I do have to toss it over to Shanika, who has the latest on those roads. What are you seeing right now?
All right, good morning. Top of the 6 o'clock hours. You're planning your trip this morning. You are looking nice and clear out on 395 heading northbound and southbound right near 236. And you can see the flow of things. Now, looking at the rest of your area, we have two closures, one in Virginia, another one in Maryland. Here's Minnieville Road. That's right in Woodbridge, right between Cardinal and Dale Boulevard. You're going to find a crash there. So it is going to be hectic for those commuters in that area because you cannot get through. So definitely keep that in mind. We have some flooding, so be careful. You're also closed on Piney Branch Road. That's in Silver Spring. So right between Barron Street and Garland Avenue.
All right, Shanika, thank you. And people across the DMV impacted by power outages after last night's storm. Pepco currently reporting more than 500 customers without power right now in Maryland and D.C. Meantime, in Virginia, Dominion Energy says more than 2,000 customers are without power at this hour. In Fairfax County, about 130 people without power in Alexandria and about 40 people without power in Arlington. And we are just a week away from Thanksgiving, and it is expected to be one of the busiest travel seasons of the year.
Yeah, our Yamarie Sase is live at Reagan National this morning. So, Yamarie, what are these travel numbers expected to look like?
Yeah, good morning. Well, TSA is predicting nearly 18 million travelers just this holiday season, and that will actually make this year one of the on record, one of the highest number of travelers on record here at Reagan or overall throughout the country. Now, there will actually be a 6% increase compared to last year when it comes to travelers this season, and they've actually seen a record high travel numbers all year long. Now, the three busiest travel days will be Tuesday and Wednesday before Thanksgiving and the Sunday after the holiday. And TSA says they've prepared to screen millions and millions of people and also make your travel experience as smooth as possible, but that also requires your help. So here's what you can do. You want to make sure that you pack smart. Make sure that you start with a clean bag so that you are cautious of what you are putting in your bag. Also arrive early because there will be a lot of people at the airport next week. And liquid gels and aerosols less than 3.4 ounces will be in your carry-on, and then anything larger than that, please put that in your checked bag. And also firearms should be in your checked luggage as well.
If you travel often enough, you can get through it pretty smoothly. Just be patient and recognize people are trying to do their jobs, and getting irritated at them doesn't make a bit of help.
Now, TSA is expecting to screen more than 3 million people on Wednesday and Sunday alone. And later on, we are expecting to hear from officials about what you can expect as you travel during the holiday season. For now, reporting at Reagan National, I'm Yamari Sase, DC News Now.
All right, thank you, Yamari. Well, meantime, a new report from truckinfo.net shows that the district has one of the highest rates of driving deaths around the Thanksgiving travel period. In 2022, DC was the second in deaths per 1 million people, but that comes with 3 deaths, which is significantly less than many other states. Now, there were 7 deaths during the holiday in Maryland last year and 19 in Virginia. The deadliest roadway in Virginia, I-81, where 4 people died last year. The report also says 33% of these deaths were caused by drunk driving.
Time right now, 6:05. D.C. police say a man is in critical condition after a shooting in Southeast last night. It happened near B Street and Bass Place around 7:30. Police say the man was unconscious and not breathing when taken to the hospital. At this time, a motive is not known. So far, no word on a suspect.
And in Charles County, sheriffs say a man allegedly killed his 15-year-old stepson because he did not finish his chores. Now, this all happened at a home on Hunt Road in the La Plata area. When officers arrived, they say Dershawn Williams was outside of the home. When they went into the home, they found Michael Clemens shot. They performed CPR, but the teen died. Williams was arrested on several charges, including second-degree murder.
And this morning, we are learning more about the head of a preschool in D.C. facing child sex abuse charges. James Carroll is accused of telling an undercover FBI agent posing as a father to sexually abuse his child. D.C. News Now's Daniel Hamburg takes us through the court documents detailing how law enforcement was alerted.
The details I'm about to share in the court documents are quite disturbing. Many I talked with are disgusted, but some tell me they're not surprised anymore when people in positions of power are caught. According to court documents, a Discord employee reported that a suspected file of child sexual abuse material had been uploaded to the servers on September 11th. The FBI found a file with 2 naked prepubescent boys. Cell phone and email records linked to the account revealed it was James Carroll of Northwest D.C. The affidavit says one of the IP addresses used to access the Discord account was registered to the National Child Research Center. That's the preschool with 2 to 5-year-olds, where Carroll is head of school. The FBI agent says Carroll had engaged in conversations with other Discord users about child sexual exploitation, circumcision of teenage boys, urinating on teenage boys and adults. On November 5th, an undercover officer who claimed to have a 9-year-old son messaged Carroll. The affidavit said Carroll replied he liked boys only between 8 and 12 years old. And in the court document, Carroll instructed the officer how to sexually abuse the boy, also asking for pictures. In a letter to the preschool community, the chair of the board said she was shocked and deeply unsettled by the news, but said they don't have reason to believe Mr. Carroll's conduct involves NCRC students or families. He's on administrative leave, and his access to the school's networks and technology has been cut off. In the studio, Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
All right, thank you, Daniel. We now know the name of the man who fell off a boat and died in Southeast. Now, investigators say Tracy Simpson was tying up his boat to the pier when he fell into the Anacostia River on Monday. The 63-year-old was docked at the District Yacht Club. Police say witnesses jumped into the water to try and get him, but it took rescue crews hours to finally pull him out of the water.
Concerns about fresh food in certain grocery stores in D.C. are being raised in a new report. According to D.C. Hunger Solutions, the problem is mostly in vulnerable communities east of the Anacostia River. D.C. News Now's Randy Bass speaks with the organization and shoppers about what they are seeing.
It's hard to survive out here. If I'm in this neighborhood, it's hard to buy a lot of food that I need. I will have to go to another neighborhood.
It's a tough reality for shoppers east of the river in Wards 7 and 8, where only 3 full-service grocery stores serve more than 150,000 people compared to 71 stores west of the Anacostia. It's what LaMonica Jones with DC Hunger Solutions is hoping to shed light on in a new Grocery Gap report.
When you get to areas of Ward 2 and 3, there's 14, 15 grocery stores, and so there continues to be a disinvestment.
And with prices on the rise, shoppers in Southeast have even fewer options.
Yeah, it's kind of hard, but yeah, prices are high, but this is the only store we have around here.
In Wards 7 and 8, many people are primarily relying on transit to get to and from the store.
I have to depend on if, public transportation. You can only carry but so much stuff on the bus, so then you're limited.
But west of the river, many shoppers have a grocery store within short walking distance. It's something Jones hopes to see for shoppers in Southeast soon.
Looking at those intersectionalities of food, and transportation is one of them, maybe arguably one of the most important after food affordability.
Your time right now is 6:10 on a Thursday. Fairfax County Superintendent Michelle Reed says the Hayfield Secondary School football team is allowed to play in the postseason after accusations of recruiting violations. Now, this comes as the superintendent met with several coaches of other schools Wednesday night after they threatened to forfeit their postseason if Hayfield plays. The superintendent says every player who has played for that school this season is eligible. One former student athlete says these decisions affect the players, especially the seniors.
A coach or a leader of men, you need to make sure that whatever decision that you make, you let them know that it's coming with their best interest at heart, the best interest for the program, and the best interest for the integrity of Northern Virginia football moving forward.
The superintendent says FCPS will conduct an independent and external review of the student-athlete transfer practices. All right, coming up on 6:11 now on a Thursday, a Capital superfan has her wish come true.
Yeah, how the Make-A-Wish Foundation helped her hit the ice with her favorite players, plus a federal judge ruling on the side of environmental activists, why Virginia must keep an anti-pollution initiative.
But first, we are taking a live look outside. Jackie, the sun's starting to come up a little bit, but it was quite the weather night.
Yeah, I mean, we had active weather late last night. We saw rain, we had wind. Now we're tracking those dry conditions and mainly clear skies to start off your Thursday morning, but we do have some more rain and even some snow in the forecast for parts of our area. More details on that and timing it all out right after the break.